Hello, I'm Rob Phillips. Welcome to my channel. So for today, we're going to be doing a 30-minute Yin Yoga sequence, which is all about releasing the hamstrings and the back of our body in general. And we're also going to be exploring the meditative theme of deeply surrendering into the present moment. In terms of props, we will be using a strap today, but keep in mind you don't need a proper yoga strap. You can use a regular belt, exercise bands, really anything you have around your house that will help to lengthen the arms. Beyond that, for any Yin Yoga practice, I think it's a good idea to have a blanket or some sort of cushion available. So once you've got all your props ready, let's find our way onto our back, and that's where we'll officially begin for today. So once you've settled onto your back, you can essentially spread out wide into a Shavasana position. So opening the arms out wide, opening the feet a little wide, closing the eyes and beginning to settle here. If you need any more props to lie comfortably on the floor, you're certainly welcome and invited to use them. But once you've got the body in place here, really committing to relaxing on both a physical and a mental level. Today, as I said, we'll be exploring this idea of deeply surrendering in the present moment. And we can start that process here in the very beginning. So feel the ground behind you, feel the body relax, and start to let go. Letting go of any tightness or holding that you might have in the body. Letting go of any gripping or striving you're holding on to in your mind. What's it like just to be here as you are, with no expectations, no agenda? Just notice how it feels to be here in this moment. We'll settle here for just a few more slow breaths, but do scan your body one more time, letting go of anywhere that you're holding on. Start to really feel that sense of calm and stillness wash over you. That kind of deeper quality that we really cultivate through this Yin Yoga practice. From here now, before we move on into our first pose, let's take a gentle inhale breath through the nose. And a gentle exhale breath out our mouth. We'll open our eyes from here and we're going to stay on our back. Now make sure your strap is close by and you can just unloop it. You can open it up nice and wide. And of course, if you're not using a proper yoga strap, just have it kind of ready to go. Let's walk both feet in here so that the knees are bent flat on the floor. Now we're going to take our strap here and we're going to hook it first onto the heel of the left foot. So that might be a little different from how you normally do this. Have it kind of lower on the foot. And I recommend starting with the angle of the leg rather low to the ground. The idea should be to get that leg nice and straight here, even if there is some tension in it. And then from here, we'll gradually raise the angle of that leg until whatever point you start to feel a noticeable bit of pull, noticeable bit of sensation dialing up. Once you found that edge, begin to settle into the shape. Now, you can decide to either keep the right foot flat on the floor. Some practitioners, including myself today, might prefer to extend the right leg. And a final kind of practical point here, maybe roll the strap over each hand just to make it a little bit easier to hold, because we're going to be here for a little while. If you can't do that with your strap, just make sure the grip is soft, you're not tight or clenching in any way. Maybe close your eyes now that we're here. So as we settle into this first official pose for today, just remembering in this Yin style of practice, the intention is to be patient with the body. The intention is always to work gradually and carefully. So no need to push aggressively. And if you do feel any strong or intense sensations flare up in your body, that's your body telling you that you need to back out, that you need to ease out of the pose in some way. You may also even find for some poses that maybe you need to leave early, and that's fine too. You don't need to stay the entire time necessarily. Always trust your intuition and definitely be kind to your body. But assuming the body is safe, assuming we're not working in too aggressive a way, in that case, we have permission to settle, to deeply relax, to deeply unwind into the pose. And this sense of deep surrender that we cultivate in the body overlaps directly with the sense of deep surrender that we're aiming to cultivate within our minds. So here in this shape, we're going to remain for about another minute or so. Just ask yourself, is there anything you're still holding on to that you might be able to let go of? Any sense of tightness, any sense of gripping or striving? Let all of that go and notice what it's like just to be here in your body as it is in this moment. Find your last little bit of space here for these final few breaths. Take just one more complete breath right here. And slowly, as you exhale, release your strap to lower that left leg. Extend your right leg long too, if it is not already, and just lie down flat on your back for a few moments and resonate here. So these resonance poses are just as much a part of the practice as the main poses themselves. Here we give ourselves a chance to integrate. We give the tissues a chance to settle before we move on into our next pose. Take just a few more breaths here and really feel the body relax. Feel yourself land here as you are and notice what that's like. What does it feel like to deeply surrender into this moment? From here now, we'll slowly walk both feet in, knees will be bent. Grab a hold of your strap again, and we'll of course want to do the right leg now. So you'll take said strap onto the heel of the right foot, and like how we came on the first side, I like to start with the angle of that leg rather low to the ground. That way everyone, even those with very tight legs, can get it nice and straight. Keep that bit of pull on the leg, and then slowly begin to raise the angle. Now, at whatever point you start to feel that nice pull on the back of the leg, let that be your edge. Don't push so far that the knee bends. Don't strive to yank that leg any higher than where you're at with this today. Once you've got yourself set up with that, you can consider rolling the strap around each hand to make it a little bit easier to hold. Some practitioners may appreciate straightening the left leg, and that'll, of course, kind of mirror whatever you did on the first side. Take your time, feel this out, and once you found the right edge for your body, a safe and sustainable edge, close the eyes. Really let yourself relax. Really let yourself land right here. Cultivating a sense of deep surrender in the body by softening the tissues, by giving in to gravity. Cultivating a sense of deep surrender within our minds by letting go of the need to control, letting go of the need to judge our experience so much. Instead, really seeing just what it's like to land here in this moment with no expectations, with no preconceptions. Deep surrender on both a physical and mental level. We'll find that here on the side for just another minute or so. Keep relaxing. Keep letting go as best you can here. Take a final complete breath right where you are. Slowly exhale and release that right leg all the way onto the floor, and do extend the left leg too, if it's not already. Consider like wiggling the fingers just to loosen up the hands, but then settle and just lie down flat on your back here, with eyes closed, deeply resonating for a minute or so. Now, as you settle, as you resonate here, just notice the difference between the two sides of the body. Notice how with each subsequent pose, we create a bit more space. We allow ourselves to open up just a little bit more. Now we're going to get up off of our back here. Before we do so, let's again take a deep inhale breath through our nose. Open up your mouth, exhale, let that out. Slowly open your eyes. Walk your feet in and roll your way over onto either side. From your side, gently press your way up into a seated position, because that's where we'll be for our next few poses. So I like to sit up on a blanket when I do seated poses, so I'm going to grab that here just to give myself a bit of cushion. You, of course, don't have to do that, or if you don't have a blanket available, you might not be able to do that. But find a nice comfortable seat, and then from the seat, we're going to set up for butterfly pose. So taking the soles of the feet together, knees apart. Now, in general, I'm going to recommend setting up so there's at least a little bit of space between the feet and the hips, so you're making like a nice wide diamond shape. If you feel sensation in your knees, you're going to want to adjust until you no longer do, and you're always welcome to slide blocks or another prop under the legs if you find that support helpful. Once you've got your basic setup in place here, you'll take an inhale breath for some lift. Exhale to ease forwards here any amount, and remember, it's not a rush to get to the ground. Doesn't matter how close or far away you are. You want to come just deep enough here that there's a little bit of edge onto the hips or the inner thighs, maybe a little bit of edge on the back body, but really such a way that you feel comfortable, such a way that you can be here for a little while with no strain. Once you've found that place here with eyes closed, begin to tune in, begin to notice just what it feels like. Is there anywhere that you're holding on to tension, anywhere that you're gripping or trying to control things that maybe instead you could let go? Maybe instead you could soften and settle into. Can we cultivate this sense of deep surrender in this moment? Really letting things be as they are without the need to control, without the need to analyze or micromanage every detail of things. Deeply surrendering again and again into this present moment. Take a final complete breath right where you are. Slowly start to roll up from your fold. Now, as you come up, you might appreciate just a little roll around the neck and the shoulders, a little moment to release there. From here, we'll take our legs nice and long and extend them. Let them go. You can shake them out a little bit if that feels good. So for next pose, I'll give two options. I'll show the more mild version, and then I'll show a slightly stronger or deeper version, which is actually the one I'd recommend for most bodies if that feels available for us. So we're going to keep our left leg straight and slide the sole of the right foot inside into a half butterfly. Now in this half butterfly shape, you're welcome to slide a block under the knee if you need reinforcement. Keep in mind you don't have to have it pulled in super tight either. The other option, and the one I'm going to recommend if it feels okay, is to actually completely cross the right leg over top of the left. And this will just create a little bit of down force on the leg, which will make us have easier access to it without needing to fold quite so far. If you do this and there is strong pressure, just stick with that first option. It would be totally fine. Once you've got your setup in place, feel the pose, and it may even be that just staying nice and tall like this, you're already getting enough edge out of it. If you do want to go deeper, in that case, take an inhale breath right here, and exhale to lean forwards any amount. Again, it's not a rush to the floor, and I find for this full crossed version, it may not take much movement at all before you really start to feel it. Relaxing the body in general, letting yourself feel spacious, letting yourself feel calm and open. Noticing just what it's like to be here in this moment. Again and again, surrendering. Again and again, letting go of anything that you are holding on to. There's no place that we're trying to get. There's no destination other than right here. If some tension does arise, if the mind wanders, no problem. Let it go. Each time that we let go, we settle more into this moment. We find that natural awareness of things just as they are. Take a final complete breath right here. Slowly roll up and out from your fold. And take a moment again, you might appreciate releasing the shoulders, and let's release the legs from whatever setup you did too. And with the legs relaxed here, just kind of shake them out, settle for a few moments, and let's just sit in neutral for like maybe 4 or 5 breaths. You can feel the two sides as they integrate, feel everything balance. Again, these transitions are important. We need to give the body a little breath between the longer main holds that we do. And of course, we're going to want to do the second half. So let's keep our right leg straight here. And those same two options, if you wanted to draw the left foot inside, you could do that way. If you prefer to cross the left leg over the top, and again, if it's comfortable, I'm going to recommend this just because I find it's even easier to access that right leg from it. Now, as you settle in here, like on the first side, you may already feel enough sensation just sitting nice and tall. Or maybe you need to lean a little bit in before you feel it. So be careful with it, take your time. And always listening to our body, never forcing it to work in an aggressive way. Once you found that light edge, let yourself be still. Feel that sense of deep surrender in this moment. As we surrender again and again, as we let go of all that we're holding on to, we start to notice this natural reserve of calm, this natural reserve of stillness beneath the surface. What does it feel like to really linger in that calm? What does it feel like to really abide in that stillness? What could you still let go of so that you can experience even more of that? Connect with it on an even deeper level. Take a final complete breath right where you are. Slowly draw yourself up and out of your fold. Carefully unravel the legs, let them release. Shake them out a little bit, move the shoulders a little bit as you might like. And let's find our way again onto our back and take a little pause there. So as you lie down here, essentially spreading out for a minute or so, taking Shavasana, knowing this is not yet final Shavasana, but we'll be there relatively soon. But first, just feel the floor behind you, feel the body settle, and notice what it's like to be here. Take a few deep breaths and feel the energy circling. Feel all the channels and pathways you may have opened up from the work that we've done so far. Before we take our final Shavasana, we're just going to take a pair of twists here on our back. So please walk both feet in, bending the knees. You can shift the hips a little bit side to side. As you make that shift here, let's now cross the left leg on the top here. Slowly roll your way over onto your right-hand side. And from your right-hand side, carefully extend the left arm out and onto the floor. Let the body relax. Let yourself settle here for really just a minute or so. But always nice, especially after doing some forward folds and things, to wring out the lower back. Essentially tying together our whole sequence before we wrap up very soon. Take a final breath here on your side. And slowly wind your way back into the middle. Unwind your cross. Take a brief moment, just kind of shift side to side to release. And now please cross your right leg over the top, stacking your knees. And you'll take a gentle inhale breath right there. Exhale to roll over to your left-hand side. And carefully extend your right arm out and onto the floor. Never forcing ourselves deep here, just a nice subtle rotation. Subtle wringing out of things. Even here, notice what it's like to surrender and to let go. Let yourself be in your pose for these next few moments. And take one more complete breath where you are. Slowly wind your way into the middle. Unravel across the legs. Final chance just to move a little bit here. And now, carefully extend the legs back long, spread out onto the floor, and set up for your final Shavasana. Open the feet a little wide, open the arms a little wide, and close your eyes, and just allow yourself to commit, to be completely still, to be completely at ease for just these last few minutes. Even more so than throughout the main sequence, finding now complete surrender. One last time, let's take a deep inhale breath through our nose. As you exhale out your mouth, let everything go and just settle here for the next little while, deeply integrating all of the work that you've done today. So allowing yourself just a final few moments on your back to tune in and observe what effects that last little pause have had on both body and mind. From there, begin to deepen your breath. Begin to introduce small movements little by little as you're ready. And then from there, rolling onto your side and gently pressing your way up into seated, and just close your eyes there for one last check-in. Notice and observe everything that's shifted from your practice, physical and mental. And from here, we'll end officially with a short offering of Metta, loving kindness, So I'll say just a few phrases, and if the meaning of these phrases creates a connection for you, consider repeating that phrase internally to deepen the connection. So we'll join hands in front of the heart. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings live with ease and freedom from suffering. And may we dedicate our practice for the benefit of all beings. We bow. So thank you so very much for joining me for today's class. And as always, if you have any thoughts or questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to click the like button. And if you want to see more videos just like this, subscribe to my channel because I'll be coming out with new yoga classes and new meditation sequences or new guided meditations every single week. Thank you.